Here we go then, the opening bounce. A vital game, particularly for the Cats. They've got Mansfield coming into this side. Buddha Hockings had a wonderful start to the season. Hockings kick down to the half-forward line. Brownless gives chase. With him is McIntosh. McIntosh, of course, who did so well in the grand final. We'll be looking to emulate that feat, Roscoe.
Yes, most definitely. And Michael Brennan, Sandy, the player picking up Ablett at the moment.
So in Geelong's attacking zone. No one waiting down. Wilson has the charge, but it's socket out of his hands by Bairstow. Wobbles it in and kicks the first. The skipper gets his side away.
If this is any indication, the first few seconds, Geelong are fair dinkum, Sandy, and if they're fair dinkum, it'll be a great contest.
Well, Malcolm Blight said after the game last week, Robbo, that he thought their commitment was okay. It was just their use of the football, and 4 goals in a few minutes by Essendon won that game. But Bairstow, perhaps memories of that start on Matera in the grand final, just obviously playing against a few old teammates as well. Terrific start too. He's a fine player.
Gee, it was a good goal. And Geelong kicked the first goal of the game. High Barnes. And good there by Colbert. Wilson for the West Coast. Forces the ball wide to right half back. Swooping on it there was West. Now it's gathered by Barnes, and he'll kick Geelong back to within scoring distance. Punched away by the West Coast defence. Punched forward by Couch. Into the forward pocket region. Ablett. High kick, wide and very ugly. Out of bounds on the full. Free kick for the West Coast to be taken back there by Brennan.
Yes, he's in great form, Robert, but perhaps he could have come round onto his right foot there. He went the more difficult option going towards the boundary on his left, but still he could well have kicked a goal.
The way the crowd rose with him in expectation. It wasn't to be at that particular time. Barnes, the spoiler from behind, does well. West picks it up, flicks it up towards centre wing. Eagles haven't gone into attack as yet. They've got a chance through Clappe, who gets it away now to White. Mitchell White on the outer side. Goes towards his 50-metre line. Subic comes out. Darcy over the top, and he hammers it over the line. Big crowd here at Kardinia Park, and the bulk of them following the blue and white. They want revenge. Still a lot of pain in this town after last September. A win today would help to erase some of it.
Oh, great mark.
Couldn't take it away from Pike, who showed great courage. Don Pike towards Heady, that was his target. The Eagles have the numbers here at the moment. McKenna flicks towards half forward. Harding tries to storm his way through. Losing it was Lynch. Kemp could have been held. Cry of ball goes up. Lewis, standing start, 55 metres. Subic! No mark taken. McGrath defends. Kicks toward half back. Lamb is there, and he takes the mark. He's waiting behind Matera to a congested forward zone. Subic! Oh, what an opening from one end of the ground to the other.
Yes, a terrific mark this, because the ball was going to carry him. He had a sharp lead, but it's a great use of the body there and control of the football. The class there.
His accuracy's been questionable. Roscoe this year, he's kicked 26-23. Could have easily been 40 goals.
Yes, no question about that, Sandy. And he does tend to kick some of the more difficult ones.
Yes, this might be easy for him directly in front, 40 metres out. Let's see what he can do. This to open the Eagles' scoring account today. 40 metres, in fact, but there's not a problem. Peter Subic scores his 27th for the season and scores 11.
Yes, well, they had the numbers there, Sandy, to keep pumping the ball forward. There's only a matter of time. Subic missed a chest mark earlier on at 5 seconds previous to this one, which he thought may have been paid, but the ball came back very quickly from Dwayne Lamb. There was also a terrific mark taken by Don Park in the centre too. Courageous effort.
Great bounce there in the centre of the ground. Kemp can't get his foot to it effectively. Comes clear. Bairstow's a man on a mission. Wonderful pass. Ablett right on the chest. And that is sensational footy. Bairstow, McKenna's his man by the look of it, Roscoe, for the day.
Yes, and Don Pike at the moment picking up Hocking. That may change around. Just keep you informed of that.
Ablett from 35 metres directly in front. He doesn't miss those. Gary Ablett kicks his first goal. Geelong get their second. It's 2 goals to 1.
Yes, that effort is how it's written in the textbook, Robbo. That's exactly how you like the play to come out of the centre. Precision there. Just an effort there by Kemp. Just couldn't quite get boot to ball. Then Bairstow, beautiful delivery of the football. And Ablett on a lead like that, no matter who you are, you cannot stop those.
Great entertainment in the opening minutes of this clash between these two top sides. Back in the middle with Harding, who wins it this time. But Geelong will be taken out of the centre. Hocking works hard. Gains probably 15 metres. Off to Robert Scott. Thought about the hand pass, then goes to the left foot chip. Ablett's his target again. Brennan, we free kick. Michael Brennan, vice captain of the Eagles, comes across the ground to Mitchell White. Matera, big task for Riccardi. And a throw in. Well, it was Matera that buried them last September. A sensational game of footy. Wilson with strength. Gets out, gets a short kick, only as far as Toby Bairstow. Couch. Couch has kicked the half forward, straight to Matera, and off he goes. The handball over the top to accommodate West. If it sits, he's in business. It won't. He gets assistance from Clappe, and the Eagles out of trouble. Here's Worsfold.
Yes, John Worsfold's kick towards right half forward. Look at the territory that Matera has covered. Scott falling over. In there is Handley, and he goes for the safety of the boundary line. A throw in about 65 to 70 metres around from the West Coast goal. Geelong 2 goals, West Coast 1 goal. Very early stages in the first quarter. Tap away by Jakovic, goes for West. West kicks it quickly in towards half forward. Mark taken by Buse. Lewis a little eager there, and he's given away 50 metres. How do you feel about that, Roscoe? He's got to really mind the mark, doesn't he?
Well, you do, and that's where the penalty's too harsh. You've got to stand there. You've got to show that you're guarding it. So, I mean, 15 metres is the most you should be penalised.
Kick wide finds Simpson. Harding minding the mark. It's one of the areas the coaches really ask the players to sharpen up on, is minding marks. Kick towards half forward. Gathered by Colbert. Got the hand pass away for Ablett. Takes on Kemp. Gets a hand pass effectively. Bairstow, you're going to get run down. He's well caught, well tackled from behind by Brennan. And away goes Brownless. Kicks to the left-hand side and misses.
And Mark Bairstow there just thinking he had an extra minute to have that kick. He had options on his right-hand side, but obviously didn't hear them or see them.
7 points the margin. Mitchell White brings it back into play. Billy may get another chance. McIntosh, Brownless. Going to be a big deal, that one. McIntosh caught, slung to the ground. The ball spilled free. Tackled high.
50 metres again, kicking the ball away after the free kick had been delivered by the umpire.
So the umpire's looking to show their authority very early on in this clash.
Dwayne Lamb picking up Mark Bairstow. McKenna's got Hocking at the moment. And Tim McGrath picking up Heady.
West Coast 4 free kicks, Geelong 0.
McIntosh almost down to centre wing. He'll go short to Wilson. Wilson finally gets clear. Long and low to half forward. Heady was waiting at the back. Simpson defends well. Bairstow takes the hand pass from Darcy. To centre wing he goes. Too wide. And over the line. The Bairstow picking up 3 kicks.
Uncharacteristically poor direction there by Mark Bairstow.
I suppose it wasn't as good as it could have been. White in towards Harding. Takes a good mark. Not one of the biggest ruckmen in the league, but certainly got one of the biggest hearts. Been a fine player. To half forward. Hughes again. Oh, his hand pass is beautifully smothered. Oh, Lewis intercepts wonderfully well. Chris Lewis heads for goal. It's coming back, but not enough. And one behind was registered for the Eagles.
Yeah, good effort by Clappe there, Sandy. The interception at the handball there. They looked as if they were going to come free through Buse, but the interception allowed Lewis to break free, and that kick nearly carried.
Must mention that number 35 for Geelong today, Lee Colbert, is Dale Waitman's nephew, Sandy, and just a little bit of difference in the stature of the two. Lee Colbert is 191 centimetres compared to the Flea, who would be down around the 170, 175 maybe. Geelong forced the ball to half forward. Gary Hocking, well done. Hand pass, Matera couldn't quite intercept. Ball bashed forward by Geelong. Under pressure, White. Out comes Ablett, strong at the footy. Brennan got support. He gets it across now for Worsfold. And Johnny Worsfold clears rather effectively. It's going close to the boundary line and it will go over in front of Kemp and Bairstow. So a throw in right in front of the players' race here at Kardinia Park.
Yeah, Kemp now picking up Bairstow. Lamb's got Couch.
Harding again wins it down to Kemp. Dean Kemp's away. Suddenly the Eagles inside 50 to Heady, who was pushed into the ball but couldn't complete the mark. Jakovic tries some soccer tactics. So too does Simpson. Goes out of bounds on the full. Jakovic will get another kick. He's been in good touch.
He's been there alongside Paul Harding, Sandy, their best big man. He's in kicking range here too.
So this to make the margin 1 point.
Harding's free for him too inside the 50.
He's going for goal. Good looking kick off the boot. Into the square it goes and over for one behind. Kicking it. Got 5 points. The margin 2-1 players 1-2. Tim Darcy coming back into play. Handley. Big man gets it down towards Robert Scott on centre wing. Lewis doing the roving work in front of the pack. Gives a little ground as he searches for Dwayne Lamb, who spears it into Harding. Almost down to half forward. No pressure on him. He kicks towards Sumic, who's on a lead in the pocket. This will test him. The left foot snap.
Out of bounds, Sandy, I think.
Well, he did too. Just go over the line.
Moving a little gingerly, Peter Sumic. You mentioned that there
just
was
an ankle.
Question mark over his fitness. He's kicked the West Coast Eagles' only goal at this stage. There's Barnes and Jakovic. That's young Colbert in the background. So Geelong unearthing another promising young player this afternoon in a very important game. More so for them, I feel. They've got 3 wins out of their 6 matches so far. Pike does well. Kick high into the full forward line. Punched away by Simpson. Clappe underneath it. Scott gets out and gives the hand pass back for Buse. Buse sizes it up and goes bang with a long kick into the centre, but a good mark taken by McKenna. An awkward one because the ball floating and he took it with a 1 grab.
Yes, and Gary Hocking went behind him expecting the ball to carry. McKenna read it beautifully.
Guy McKenna into the lead of Heady. Sumic comes steaming out towards the 50-metre line, but he elects to come the other side. Chris Lewis. Now Lewis is going to be kicking from just outside 50. But he won't go for it. Harding has dropped in towards half forward. 45 metres out.
Barnes has to be careful of that, Sandy. He's allowing Harding to drop in like that, which he did last week against Wind. Barnes looking now to go towards the full forward area. Undecided what to do.
Directly in front. This to hit the front. Drop punt's a pretty good looking kick. 1 behind, just away to the right. So the Eagles now peppering away. 1-3, however, they trail by 4 points.
Well, what looked to be an exciting opening has become a bit of a struggle for both sides now, so I think the crowd will be very much engrossed by this struggle for both sides. Supremacy early. Heady up high, couldn't mark, still got the football though. Well done, gets the hand pass away for Waterman. Waterman in turn, clear for Pike. Pike does well and gets it out to West. West close to the boundary line, good pass and a good lead by Sumic. He's got the ball in his favoured right forward pocket.
Good persistence there by the Eagles, going to ground but coming up for a 2nd and 3rd effort and just continually looking for a teammate who's in support. Then West, who's looking to cement his spot there on the wing against Robert Scott. Good delivery to find Sumic.
Well, Sumic, who kicked the first goal for the West Coast, a chance to kick his second. We've already mentioned about his inaccuracy so far this season. Comes out to the left and just gets it off the side of his boot. Oh! Gee whiz, that could have been a mark of the year. We saw one yesterday from young Modra, but that was a leap and a half from Lewis. Lamb, just frustrated there by Couch, knocks it over. Boundary throw in.
Great leap by Lewis. Nearly marked it on his stomach, but his hands couldn't come down quickly enough to support.
Throwing on centre wing. Barnes slaps it. Harding goes to ground. Riccardi working hard at the bottom of the pack. He's going to get a free kick for his effort. He was tackled high.
Good idea by Malcolm Blight too, Sandy, to give Riccardi another shot at Matera. He's a good enough player.
Yep. Goes into half forward. Ball carries a little too far for the pack. Gary Hocking goes through, but his hand pass goes straight to Lamb, who goes to Matera. Already picked up a couple of marks. McKenna, Harding. Oh, watch out. Wilson, you're under the hammer, but he gets it back to Matera and he'll get them out of trouble again. Spears it up towards Sumic. Darcy gets a fist to it. Straight down towards Heady. Stolen beautifully by Buse. Can he get away from Lewis? Wide to the outer wing he goes. Ball spills free from O'Reilly. Oh, well done by the youngster Colbert. He's got to give a little ground to Couch. Oh, back to O'Reilly. Just forward of centre wing. His kick is smothered. This is hard and it's tough. Good football by both sides. It's finally the sofa. Paul Couch sees it over the line on the outer side.
Stephen O'Reilly, Sandy, just finding the tempo. Still a bit quick at the moment. Just a little slow getting rid of the footy.
Doing the ruck work. Up against White. Scott tries to crash through. Kemp is there for West Coast. Close to the boundary line. Good work there by Lynch to make it difficult for Dean Kemp and force the ball over for a boundary throw-in. 2-1 to 1-3, and we're more than halfway through the first quarter. Geelong have had the better of the centre breaks. Ruck work not bad. Kemp beats Bairstow for it and kicks it back towards half-back where Scott takes the mark for Geelong, and he'll kick Geelong to within scoring distance. Mark taken by O'Reilly. His kick effectively to the front of the square. Worsfold punches and punches effectively over for a boundary throw in the right forward pocket for Geelong.
Interesting those centre break stats there, Robbo. 4-1 in Geelong's favour. That's the area last week, particularly where Malcolm Blight thought they fell down. The second half, he thought it was 20-1 against. So they've obviously worked on that.
Brownless and McIntosh. Couch away to the right. One behind. Two plays 1-3 with just over 10 minutes remaining. What's been a pretty tight and dour first quarter. McKenna to bring it back into play. He'll come the way of Kemp, who's got a bit of room now on his half-back flank. To centre wing and finds Muddy Waterman.
Good kick, beautifully positioned for Waterman.
Heady's his target. McGrath an effective spoil. Matera was the one waiting down. Bairstow gets through heavy traffic, spirals it back towards the half-forward line. Good use of the body by Hocking. Hickmott in trouble. His fellow redhead McGrath up to the pocket area. Ablett fisted away by Michael Brennan and over the line.
Just an example there, Don. Scott mentioned prior to the game the sun could be a factor. On that occasion, Ablett trying to shield his eyes from the sun. The ball coming straight out of it.
O'Reilly pushing towards goal. Pike is there, wanted to head to the boundary line, has lost it, goes in again Pike to make amends, but he's hit it straight to Robert Scott, who's crouched. Ball spills free. He's been pinged. Robert Scott.
That's a bit tough, really.
If the tackle forces the ball clear, isn't it play on?
Correct.
Would it have been play on at centre wing?
Taken at centre wing. Oh, well, it should be playing all over the ground, Sandy.
Kemp, well tackled, and good consistency, because the Geelong player applied the tackle. The umpire within seconds has given the free kick to Geelong. Kick into the pocket. Ablett! Oh, he could have nearly cleaned up Mark Bairstow then. I felt for him going back with the flight of the ball, but he's a hard man, Bairstow, and he's up on his feet. Ablett to have a shot. About 35 metres out. Ablett kicks her behind.
You sound disappointed, Robbo.
Big build-up, Sandy, for nothing, wasn't it? 1-1 to Ablett. 2-3, plays 1-3. Oh, when he gets the football, it's an exciting time. No matter who they're playing against, Geelong, he's just a terrific person. Have a look at the crowd.
Well, he's
They've
what he's
come
done
because
last
of
week.
him, haven't they?
Yeah, he's pulled them in. Great to see. Back into play once more. Matera. What sort of a bounce will he get? Riccardi says I'll head for the line. Came down and watched Geelong train during the week, and they were very, very determined and very purposeful. Riccardi, clever little toe poke towards Lynch, who should goal. Good goal. Paul Lynch gets his first and a handy one for the Cats.
That is a terrific goal, Sandy. I mean, his pace to break away like that, then to steady. Terrific stuff from the young fella. He's only 19 years old, had some experience in reserves and 19s. Just watch this again. Good knockout, and the punch through by Riccardi was great. Gave the young fella Lynch a good chance to open up the goals, and a good finish. Well done.
Geelong 3 goals 3, West Coast 1-3. Geelong lead by 2 goals. Barnes high but ineffective. Pike in towards a vacant centre half forward area. Buse hard at the footy. Goes after it again. Waterman underneath. Tries to bash it clear. Succeeds in getting it to Jakovic. The bounce all important here. Darcy percentages will take the free kick held, but he didn't have the football. Crowd very happy because it's predominantly Geelong supporters here at Kardinia Park this afternoon. And Darcy kicks it very long out towards the half-back region. Handley, Bairstow, just gets himself some space. Kicks it pretty well straight in the air. Oh, good effort, top effort there by Steele. Steele spots a player wide at right half back. It's Hocking. He runs over the wing and kicks it towards O'Reilly. His kick in towards full forward. Marking contest. Brownless in front. Hickmott kicks against the post. Well, Geelong pretty exciting, and with a fairly unpredictable forward setup. Brownless the tall in the pocket, Ablett doing the leading, Hickmott, Lynch, Riccardi all able to kick goals, and nippy players at ground level.
Brennan to McKenna. He's got a hectare. Likes to take his kick up towards West on centre wing. He takes a good mark. Controlled it long enough. The Eagles to half forward. Couch sets himself. Paul Couch has spent considerable time coming off the bench this season. He's gradually building.
That's a good kick, Sandy. Had to be perfect.
Now.
Oh! Sumic and Barnes having a little bit to say. Sumic has the football. Over umpiring.
Well, what was the free kick for?
I think Darcy took a mark to start with.
Yeah.
There was a mark, and then
he played on with the hand pass on, watching the ball.
Well, he's given the kick to Sumic because Barnes got into the action.
That's what I'm saying, but what's the free kick for? So be very careful there.
Well, it stirred up the members here at Kardinia Park. Jakovic, it's a good mark. An exciting young player. We saw him have a shot from a similar position earlier in the quarter.
He's just perhaps a couple of inches further around, Sandy, if anything.
.22 plays 9, so the Eagles need one. They're kicking from just inside 50. He's gone for distance and he's pulled it away to the left, never coming back. So behind on the board to the Eagles.
Good example there to see where there's no breeze affecting this game whatsoever. Perfect conditions.
Kick in goes to the short between back pocket and left half back. Handley. Awkward for Barnes. Didn't quite get a run at it, so his jumping wasn't all that effective. Kick by Jakovic into the pocket. Lewis. Clean bowls in, but Buse. He's a good player, Andrew Buse. And he's going to get Geelong out of trouble with a beautiful kick out into the path of Darcy. He'll allow the ball to go over for a boundary throw-in front of he and Clappe. It's about 80 metres around from the Eagles' goal. Darcy sprints back to the goal square as Sumic has a real old go at the Cat supporters back there. Kemp kicks the ball high inside 50 metres. Bounce awkward. Lynch in there. Chance now for Clappe. McGrath caught very effectively. Kick out by Riccardi, ineffective.
I think Sumic was saying to them, I've kicked one so far.
He'd want to be careful he doesn't lose concentration, but a great tackle by Clappe, as you called there, on McGrath. Robbo.
Boundary thrown in the left forward pocket for the West Coast. McGrath, Handley, tackled effectively by Jakovic. Ball spills free now for Bairstow. Overruns it, gathered by Lewis, shrugs the tackle. Effective hand pass for West. Short kick, okay, Heady marks. Well within scoring distance.
And without being harsh on Mark Bairstow, just a little fumble you can't afford in these sort of games. The ball just turns around very quickly, and the numbers were in the Eagles' favour in the end, as he just took a little while to pick the ball up there, just put his eyes down and then lift him up too quickly before he had the ball in his hands. And West, terrific pass to find Heady.
Unselfish player, West.
Oh, he's a team player.
Yeah, my word. A couple of times already in this game. He's had 6 kicks, but a couple of passes have been very good. Heady kicks for goal, and he gets it. So Brett Heady kicks his first goal, and the West Coast get their second. The difference is 6 points in favour of Geelong.
Yes, and you mentioned there, Westie's effort there was very good because it was unselfish then. Perhaps Bairstow knew he had a player coming down on, bearing down on, I should say, which was Matera, but good skills there from West, and Heady very rarely misses from there.
So the margin is closing. One straight kick the difference. Time ticking down in this first quarter. Mitchell White finds West on the outer side. He's busy. West to the half-forward line for the Eagles. Well, could have been a bit of a shove there from Clappe.
But that goal too, Sandy, by Brett Heady was his 100th career goal.
Fine achievement for him as Hocking looks for Darcy. Sumic is in front. Cat fans will give him the rounds on the table. I'm sure it won't worry him. He's called to play on him with caught from behind. He does well, however, to Wilson. Good recovery. Hocking stands his ground. Gary Hocking, the halfback. Darcy is there. Heads towards O'Reilly. Scott waiting down, hammers at 20 metres. Now he's got Lynch running. If it sits, he could be in business. Gets claimed, pushes the ball along in front and almost runs into his teammate Colbert. It comes to Bairstow. Now Ablett. Brennan does well. The sun is a problem down in that pocket. Brownless can't get into it. Worsfold taken high. And over the line he goes. Pretty heavy stuff.
Has he got the biggest chest you've ever seen in football, John Worsfold?
Oh, I wouldn't have thought so.
White. Hammered by Clappe. And it's going to be a free kick to McKenna, whose leg tripped, went to ground.
McKenna, hand pass across the face of goal to Worsfold. Geelong fans not too happy, but he just goes after the footy, 4 bounces, chased by O'Reilly, gets his kick away. Might be out on the full, no. Gee, that must have been very, very close. The Cat fans were cheering as though it was going out on the full, but it will be a boundary throw-in on centre wing. Ruckman converging are Barnes and Harding. Barnes, who was such a terrific player in the final series last year in the ruck. Kemp, quickly, West. Short kick again by West. Too short. Good effort, top effort by Simpson. Played the mark close to the ground. Handball away. McGrath running in support and kicks it very effectively into the centre of the ground. Brownless couldn't mark. Couch. Now Riccardi. Held, but he didn't have it. So played that pretty well, Riccardi. Just a minute left. Players loose at right half forward. Bairstow swallows it. And short kick. Marcus taken by Brownless.
There's a change being made by Mick Malthouse too. Evans to come on with Clappe coming off with only 38 seconds remaining.
Well, he'd have to have a shot, wouldn't he, Billy? I suppose he's not aware that there's only half a minute left. But he can kick long distances. Look at this. See you later. It's a goal. No drama whatsoever for Brownless to kick the distance from there. And the accuracy as well. Geelong by 2 goals.
Yes, that's an important kick too. But these running players, Darcy's run all the way down from full back, but Bairstow getting away from Kemp. And terrific disposal, and no better player from that distance than Billy Brownless to have a shot at goal.
Just lets it go and does not deviate.
Just made the distance, didn't he? Whew.
331 career goals for him. Back in the middle. Barnes up high towards Hocking. Kemp could have been holding. He was, said the umpire. So he gives it to Couch. They need a mark. To the half-forward line. Ablett can't quite pick it up on the half volley. Brennan says, I'm heading for the boundary line. But Barnes is there to intercept. He runs out of time as Pike picks it up. It's quarter time at Kardinia Park. Geelong a 4-4. 28 leading the West Coast. 2-4-16.
And Hines is still on the bench with him.
So here we go. Second quarter at Kardinia Park. Just 2 kicks in it. 12 points the margin. Harding up against Barnes. It's the latter who wins it. Bairstow has been busy out of the middle. He gets another kick down towards half forward. It was meant for O'Reilly. He couldn't take it. White. A hurried one back towards Heady in the centre. With him is Kemp. He'll need him. Great tackle. And swift work by Harding to whip in there and get the ball out. Heady. To half forward. The Eagles that love the first goal. They've got a chance through Evans. Oh, they've got every chance. Evans' kick goes to Muddy Waterman. He'll swing back and shoot from 20 metres out, and would you believe, hit the post. Oh, Roscoe.
This is a player who you'd expect to kick goals from that area. He's a very skillful footballer, is Chris Waterman. Not to be on that occasion.
You sounded a little disappointed, Sandy.
Well, I thought he was a Monty to boot it.
Darcy kicks in for Geelong. Looking out here for McGrath, who takes the mark quite efficiently at left half back for Geelong. And kicks it about 45 metres to the wing. McKenna punches from behind. Jakovic not able to control the football, neither is Gary Hocking, so a boundary throw-in will take place. Our umpires today, Andrew Coates and Chris Mitchell, in near perfect conditions at Kardinia Park. Punch there from Jakovic, collected by Bairstow. Kick near the centre, free kick against Matera for holding, and it will be taken by Riccardi. Not a bad kick either. A little awkward there for young Colbert, but he's able to get back and take the mark between the centre and centre half forward. He kicks in that area. Mark is taken by West. West, kick number 9. Short. Wilson marks in front of Couch.
Peter Wilson needing 4 goals today if he's going to join the 100 club. Kicks towards half forward. Matera away from Riccardi. Gets his kick up towards full forward. And this time Peter Subic is having a nice old struggle there with Tim Darcy. He's going to take the free kick.
Bit of a note, if you're in front, you give yourself a chance, but great skills by Matera to pick that ball up in the half volley going at that pace. His kick was looking for Subic, who came on a lead, then slowed down, therefore just a little tentative on that first lead.
Would look good from the 3-metre level, I reckon, that one.
Subic is having a love-hate relationship with this Geelong crowd. This for his second. The left footer is away to the right. 1 goal, 1 to Peter Subic.
You know, he had something like 25 kicks in a game, what might have been last year or the year before, and kicked about 8 goals, 10. And I I know Gerard Healy was quite critical of the fact that the players get the ball to him and he misses so many chances.
So far this year, he's 27-24. So that'll give you an idea of his accuracy or lack of it. And, disappointing from his point of view. Kemp rides high but can't complete the mark. Riccardi could have been held again. And Matera's a little frustrated about that. Peter Riccardi. Up over centre wing. White was there. Bairstow gives it away to O'Reilly. To half forward. Out comes Hickmott. Always showed courage too, because he was up against Harding and Worsfold. Barnes gets sandwiched. Hickmott again goes over the top. O'Reilly leaves it for Barnes. Off to Robert Scott. Turns out of trouble. Then flicks it towards Ablett. He's smothered. Waiting down is White. And he clears to Waterman on centre wing for the Eagles.
And it's Chris Waterman now kicking the Eagles up towards half forward, where the mark is taken by Evans. The Eagles will be looking for a little bit of nippiness around the patch from that player. That surely is a free kick. Most evident against Darcy. Sumic will take it, getting up a little slowly.
Yeah, it's definitely a free kick there, just almost conceding Tim Darcy that he couldn't get near the footy. Good build-up by the Eagles coming down that outer side. Left foot is controlling the ball, Waterman, Evans, and now another one, Sumic, to perhaps finish off.
2-6 the West Coast, 4-4 Geelong. And Sumic, we've already mentioned, had a bit of a problem with an ankle. He got up very, very slowly from that Darcy crude tackle. He's going to be kicking from about 45 metres. Crowd trying to put him off, and they're happy because he's kicked it behind. And you've just done a little bit of investigatory work there, Ross, and established that it was 15 shots at goal, maybe more, for 7 goals 8 against Essendon.
That's right, yes, and whilst that was happening too, Robbo, Clappe is on replacing Lamb. He's gone to the forward line, Clappe. Evans up onto Couch, who Lamb was picking up.
So the margin is 9 points. Speaking of Evans, it's on the outer side. He leaves it for Kemp, who sees it over the line with Paul Couch. 7 possessions for Couch. Barnes and Harding. Harding gets a slap from behind down towards Kemp. He loses the football. So too does Matera, but he hustles Bairstow over the line. No one able to break away. Harding again winning it. Kemp a short kick, goes only 15 metres, but straight to McGrath. Turning into a very good defender. Of course, the Cats without a couple of key defenders today, namely Steve Hocking and Kenny Hinkley. Matera. Danger here as Hetty marks on 50.
Good running by Hetty there. Knew he was free, got back very quickly and gave Matera the option.
Sumic definitely limping down in that forward zone. Brett Hetty has kicked one. That was his 100th goal. That's a good looking kick into full forward, and that's a great mark taken by Peter Sumic.
Yes, he did that well. He allowed Jakovic and Darcy to do the busting on the ground. He had a bit of a run from behind the goal square, which is the smart thing to do when the player is having a set shot like Hetty was, and just clearly head and shoulders above those two players bustling.
10 metres out, only a slight angle. He goals. So the Eagles move 6 points closer as Peter Sumic gets his second. And the margin now just 3 points.
Yes, and he certainly put that one through. It's actually over the grandstand into the car park, but it was a terrific mark. There he is, just sitting behind the goal line there. The ball comes through. Darcy, Jakovic just sitting with Darcy in front, giving Darcy 2 players to worry about. Sumic's a chance over the top.
Yeah, Jakovic really was some value in that marking.
It's all you need, Robbo.
Yep. So Geelong lead 4-4 to 3-7. 18 minutes left in the second quarter. There's Paul Harding, who has been doing such a wonderful job for the West Coast in that sole rucking position, and he gets the tap out in the direction of Kemp. Chopped off by Evans. Smothered by Barnes was good. Kick forward there by Lynch. Chance for O'Reilly, but the bounce was awkward. Worsfold, Evans, McKenna. Sweeping hand pass. Harding in the centre of the ground. High kick. Out into the path of Clappe. Can't quite control it. Kicks with the left. High into the goal front. Subic, well done by Darcy. McGrath, caught. Harassing work by Clappe, forces the ball forward for a rush behind to the West Coast.
And Robbo, isn't that the value of Guy McKenna off a half-back flank? He just controlled the ball in that tight situation. His sweeping handball gave Harding every opportunity to clear the ball away. Good stuff.
Important few minutes for Geelong. It's been a while since they've scored. Hughes marks the kick in, goes wide towards the wing. No mark taken. Couch gets rid of the opposition and runs with the ball up towards full forward. Not Mansfield, O'Reilly. Ablett over the top into the goal square, and Brownless will get a goal. Billy Brownless kicks his second goal. Geelong kicked their fifth. They may have been favoured by a couple of lucky bounces, but the goal is on the scoreboard.
That's right, Robert. Doesn't matter. Those bounces come your way through many a game. Here, the punch coming from Worsfold, and the buttering up, hip and shoulder by Worsfold, actually puts O'Reilly in vision there, but good stuff by Ablett. They read that very well. And Brennan had to chase all the way down from the half-back line. Couldn't get to Brownless in time.
The Cats get a steadying goal. 34 plays 26. Only 8 points in it. Bairstow trying to take it out of the middle. Can't do so, neither can West. Jakovic can. Around his body to half forward. Who's there? Clappe will come charging at it, and he's clean bowled. Simpson. Back towards centre wing. Wilson puts a fist to it. Gains 25 metres. Oh, it's all Eagles. Kemp, Clappe and Lewis together. In towards Heady. And Brett Heady will have another shot, if indeed he elects to shoot for goal, from just on 50 in front of the scoreboard here at Kardinia Park.
Just a fraction closer than his previous kick, maybe?
Could be, yep.
Yeah, the previous one was right on 50, Robert. The fellow on the mark was right on the 50-metre line.
And his kick landed right on the goal line, didn't it? So maybe he's a chance to score from there.
Well, he's got an extra perhaps 5 metres if he uses it. Well, very similar again, but that's a goal, is it? No touch. Clappe went steaming through. But the Eagles did ask the question. The answer was in the negative. Darcy. Back into play, just goes short to Bairstow. Picking up a ton of possessions. 9 kicks he's had. Well, Waterman stands his ground, almost took it on the second attempt. Out the back door it comes to Evans from Waterman. Into full forward, Heady the flyer. The advantage is paid. There was a free kick to Geelong. Darcy's going to get it to Bairstow. That was for hanging on. Bairstow's got a bit of room on the other side.
Bairstow's kick looked for Couch, but O'Reilly at the back. If it wasn't a mark, it certainly was a free kick to the big ex-Western Australian Stephen O'Reilly. The Cats finally getting something. Short kick, too short. Mark taken by McKenna. Plays on quickly. Out for White, in turn for Kemp. Kemp's kick is very good in front of Jakovic, and he marks on his chest. Plays on. Went one way and then was forced to kick awkwardly. A wobbly punt kick to half forward. Free kick to Geelong. To be taken by Steele, maybe against Waterman. Perhaps a little too high. Away for Riccardi. Riccardi's kick to the wing. Mark is taken by Barnes. He's got Simpson inside, who's running reasonably into a position. Handball for Darcy. Awkward. Back to Simpson. Well done by the Cats. Simpson's kick too short, and McKenna will chop off all the good work and mark between the centre half-back and right half-back position.
Goes on with it to his skipper. Worsfold through the middle, over the head of Waterman and Steele. Heady waits at the back. Oh, they've got the runners now. Here's Matera, 53 metres from goal. He sets sail for home. A mighty kick and a mighty goal. we've come to expect it from Peter Matera. 4-9, the Eagles close the gap again.
Yeah, it's a bit stiff was Tim McGrath on half back there. The ball just going around him. Hetty, who was miles behind. Just watch this. McGrath did the right thing and attacked off half back, but the ball favouring the Eagles, and Matera, when he steams through the centre like that, he can kick a football, and accurately he's done it again.
Beautiful kick by Matera to kick his first goal for the game. Geelong lead by a point. Geelong by 1 point, 34-33. The goal coming from Peter Matera. Barnes gets the tap out. West is there, dispossessed by Scott, and the umpire will call for a bounce. Sometimes you wonder, the umpires are prepared to let the game go and then eventually decide on a bounce. On that occasion, it was split-second reaction there, calling for the bounce of the ball. Matera at the bottom. Chance for Lynch. He gets the ball clear. Wilson, play on, says the umpire. Wilson had no alternative but to bash it clear. It's gathered out there by Mitchell White, who's got plenty of time to get onto his favoured right foot and kick it into the full forward area. Well done by Darcy. Backed himself, went hard for the footy and bashed it clear.
Robbo, he's doing the right thing against Sumich. He's attacking, he's running off him if the ball's up on half back to help his teammate. On that occasion, just took the initiative. He's doing well.
Boundary throw in about 50 metres from the West Coast goal. Jakovic doing the ruck work, gathered by McGrath. Handball clear. Lynch. Handball for Bairstow. It was a little bit awkward, and all Bairstow could do there was force it over for a boundary throw in. Just behind the wing on the far side of the ground, and the crowd really enjoying these perfect conditions for football. Harding at the back. Barnes, the fittest man, will win out at the end of the day. Here's Riccardi. Again the bounce awkward. Evans. In comes Colbert. Over the top there was Waterman. And it's all locked up just wide of the centre circle. The umpire will bounce.
Paul Harding there dominating the ruck knocks in this quarter, 7-1.
Barnes wins that one. Wilson tries to belt it away. It was held, so he's going to get a free kick. Not a lot in it, but he has it on the defensive side of centre. Kick number 6 for Peter Wilson. Long towards Henny. McGrath had front spot. Lewis burst through. Will get a second opportunity from 50 metres. He's going to have a shot. Played by Chris Lewis. Marvellous play. Lewis gets his first. The Eagles hit the front here at Kardinia Park.
Yes, that's clever play by Chris Lewis. The sort of play we've expected from him for a few years now. Just to deceive the player coming across in front of him. Just watch this again. Eddie McGrath doing the duel there. Eddie just getting a nudge in. Lewis sees the opportunity, the ball spilling free, then just deceives his Geelong opponent and finishes off very nicely.
West Coast have kicked 3 goals, 5 to Geelong's 1 goal so far in this second quarter, and they lead by 5 points. Very effective clearances from the centre, but Geelong gather through Bairstow. Kicks wide to half forward where Wilson just gets his left foot to it, but he was harassed into a situation where the kick was slightly offline, and it's out on the full. Bairstow to take it. Off to Gary Hockey. Hasn't had many touches. Away for Riccardi. Riccardi's kick to centre half forward. Well done. Good mark by O'Reilly. And I would suggest he's within scoring distance. He's going to kick from just inside 50 metres.
He's just shown a bit O'Reilly, Robbo, too, in this last bit of the first quarter, and just marks like that will stand him in good stead. Difficult position centre half forward. He's a bit of a lumberer, but if he can read the football correctly, he'll give his team a target.
Well, Stephen O'Reilly for Geelong's 6th goal. Awkward kick. It's a goal. They float, don't they?
They all count.
It's like golf, Robbo. It's not how, it's how many.
My word. And he's pretty happy, young Stephen O'Reilly. He's kicked his first goal for the afternoon.
Yes, well, he got in between 2 Eagles players who are as tall as he is in White and McIntosh, and that floater, low trajectory almost, but it carries sufficiently to score the goal, which is very important, obviously. Good duel between those two, O'Reilly and White.
Seesawing struggle continues. Now it's the Cats back in front. Barnes and Harding. The latter gets a hand to it. But it's Barnes who will finish up, taking it out to Bairstow. Suddenly they're down towards Ablett territory again. Pressure now on Worsfold. His kick is only short, goes straight to Hickmott. Back to O'Reilly. Does he lumber this time? Yes, he does. And he loses it to Pike. The Eagles out of trouble. The centre wing, Waterman, good mark. As Harding running, but elects to go inside. Now he comes back to Harding, who's got a prop. Kicks to half forward. Jakovic almost with the one hand, did it very casually. Couch to McGrath, he's in trouble, he gets caught, gives it to Scott, who has it stolen by Evans. That was fine play. Heady's his man. Couldn't take the mark. Lynch at the back. But a free kick's been picked up. It's going against Brett Heady.
After that marking attempt, he went on a bit with Buse, so the free kick coming back to Buse. He's not playing a bit of trouble too.
Simpson, I think,
yes,
is
it is. Yep.
in trouble on the ground. We'll keep an eye on him. Don Scott may have a report.
Called for the stretcher.
Well, let's hope it's not a knee. Anyway, play goes on. There's a fine mark by O'Reilly. Well, the big man would like to perhaps make amends. Ablett's given away a free kick. Oh. No, he hasn't, said the umpire. Can you believe that one, Roscoe?
No, I can't.
Worsfold, straight to Hockey. Untidy work. In towards Hickmott. Spoiled by McKenna. West does well to get it out. Scott soccers it to half forward. Kemp is there for the Eagles. They've got the numbers. And Kemp steadies it down. A couple of bounces across half back. He goes to the outer wing, but a fine mark taken by Riccardi. He's doing well on Matera.
Well, I think Dean Kemp would be disappointed there with that kick because it gave Matera no chance whatsoever. And Riccardi will kick Geelong back into attack. Goes short into the pocket. Good lead by Ablett, but excellent delivery by Riccardi.
Yeah, no question, Robbo, that Matera's looking for a longer kick over his head.
Another short pass is on. Bairstow's marked. A little bit deeper than where Ablett was kicking from, but a lot closer. When I say deeper, I have to explain there that he's probably put Bairstow into a much more awkward position to kick at goal from.
Meanwhile, Simpson appears to be okay.
Well, it's good news for Geelong because their balance is okay at the moment. Bairstow, yes! Second goal for Mark Bairstow. And Geelong lead by 7 points.
Yes, and he knew as soon as it came off the boot that that was a goal. Terrific stuff from the skipper. And here we see a change on interchange. Hickmott off, coming on his Mansfield. And we just see this kick from Bairstow once more. Perfect. Well done.
Couple of quick goals to the Cats as Hocking tries to steam out of the middle. He's going to get a free kick, and he's perhaps a little fortunate still to have the football. To half forward he goes. Out come the forwards. No one able to take it. McKenna gets a hurry kick under pressure. He's well tackled. Kemp applies a good one on Bairstow. Finals type atmosphere now. The advantage is paid to Wilson. He's got the football on centre wing, has a bounce, goes up towards half forward, and the mark taken on the chest by Heady. He plays straight on to Wilson. In fact, it was Clappe to Wilson. Clappe's kick this time finds Heady. Can he get away? Dodging and weaving, twisting and turning. He's got Clappe, who's run down into the hole and taken the mark just 20 metres out, almost directly in front.
Yeah, good running by the Eagles too. They just kept persisting there. Change been made by McMalthouse too. Jakovic to centre half back on Handley, on O'Reilly I should say, and White's gone to centre half forward.
The Cat's about to make a change. Robert Scott is going to come off the ground for Pickering by the look of it.
Yes, West has had the better of that duel, Sandy.
In the meantime, Clappe for goal. He's got it. So they get one back. Matt Clappe gets his first. And it's the Eagles 6-6-9. Again, the margin is 1 point.
Yes, he's been a very good player, Matt Clappe, since his debut last year. Unlucky to miss out in the grand final side last year, but has gone on with this season after an early suspension. He's done very well. He gives them great run straight at the football. He's a bit of class as well. It was his persistent running here that allowed Hetty the opportunity to kick him in space.
So the difference, again, just 1 point. Barnes up high, can't quite get an effective hit out. The ball there to be won. Couch, that was hard, very, very hard. Too severe maybe there on Matera.
From Pickering,
and Matera will take the free kick. He runs away with the footy. Loves to run with it. Peter Matera, nice kick too, to right half forward. Again, Clappe into the action. Chased down by McGrath, who got him and dumped him. But Clappe's able to recover. Kicking towards the front of the goals. Simpson's kick, smothered. Well done, Hetty, persistence, gets a goal. Well done by Brett Hetty.
Play by Clappe.
Second goal to the #1 in the West Coast Guernsey. And the Eagles lead by 5 points.
And again, Robbo, the preparedness of Clappe to run, and then Hetty's second and third efforts just terrific. To see this again here, Clappe just getting away from McGrath initially, but McGrath buttering up, and then Clappe going again off the ground, intelligent stuff. Hetty the tackle, then up, recovering, breaking another tackle. Good effort.
So this game continues to seesaw on the scoreboard. Again, it's the Eagles. Their noses in front, close to half-time. Evans pumps it out of the centre with a high kick towards Pike and Simpson. Waiting down is Hetty. Bairstow gets chopped off. Hetty still going to the half-forward line. Waterman comes steaming out on the 50-metre line, and he's taken the mark. He was pushed into it, so he'd get a free kick anyway.
Looked fairly apparent, Ross.
Yes, the umpire paid it for the free, so he was in best position. Interesting, that grand final last year was Hetty who set the Eagles alight in that second quarter, having had a pretty torrid quarter and a half. He's doing a similar thing now.
8 kicks and 2 hand passes, Brett Hetty, as well as 2 goals.
Muddy Waterman, 3 and 3 from 55 metres. Long kick into the square, plenty of flyers, no one waiting down except McGrath. He defends towards Simpson. Oh, he's in trouble. He's in real trouble. And he gets a short kick towards half-back. Kemp is there for the Eagles. Has the run of it now. Gives it away to Harding, who wants someone going past. Hetty, who was tackled high.
He assumed Billy was going to get that free kick too. I think he did before the umpire blew the whistle. Very lucky. He could have gotten that. The tackle comes now.
Down we go.
He just said, oh, I've got the free kick. But the umpire hadn't blown his whistle then. Still. Perhaps he convinced the umpire he should blow his whistle.
Brett Hetty from directly in front. It looks as though Hickmott's spell on the bench will not last very long. Just over 4 minutes remaining in the first half. And the Eagles just gaining the ascendancy. Hetty from 52 metres kicks away to the right. Sumich gets a hand to it, but that is all, one behind. 7-10. They've had the shots at goal, but they've been off target.
They've now kicked 5 goals, 6 in this term, to Geelong's 3 straight goals. Darcy kicks into the near side. Barnes in front, punched away by Harding. Pike away for Lewis, just a little bit too far for that player to do much with the footy. And Chris Lewis just shaking his hand in a little bit of disappointment there. Boundary throw in about 65 metres around from the Eagles' goal. Harding doing well, doing very well. Gatherers by Pickering. Kick high into the centre of the ground. Wilson and young Colbert. Matera. Oh, spectacular football. And if you don't mind, he just rubs it in by bouncing it. Kick for Sumich. Just a little soft. Taken away there by Barnes. Now Pickering is there to help him out. Ross Glendinning shaking his head. Gary Hocking, possession number 13. Kick towards the left forward pocket. Ablett and Brennan. Brennan goes for the safety of the boundary line with a very, very good kick. Gathers about 30 metres and it goes out in front of Western Couch.
Yes, Hickmott is on the ground. Simpson is the player off. Hickmott now picking up Pike.
Jakovic goes with a roundhouse right. to Harding. On centre wing, Handley does well. Wilson, a little hand pass towards Chris Lewis, who somehow kept it in play. Centering kick finds Heady. He's been busy this quarter. Off to Tony Evans, who runs into Hocking and then gets to Queer. But it's Couch who picks him up. Tackling's been fierce on both sides. Colbert gets it away to Hocking. He heads towards O'Reilly. Jakovic is there. Riccardi waits down. Again, he sneaks away from Matera, but only just. O'Reilly had it spent before he got it. Gets it back again. Bairstow may get a chance from 50. Threads through the traffic. Gives it off to Riccardi. Proper little kick, and Lynch has taken the mark.
Riccardi's down behind play. Umpire's going to book Matera.
Well, they've had a real struggle. Matera shakes his head. The crowd goes wild.
Well, you know what, Sandy? I think this guy would have been one of the favourites for the Brownlow medal if he played every game. And I'm sure that he'd be extremely disappointed with that.
Riccardi's up, by the way.
Yes, he looks all right.
One of the real exciting players in the AFL is Peter Matera.
Without doubt, yep. You can't believe it. He's shaking his head. Robert Wiley coming out saying, don't worry about that. Just play the game.
Well, this young man had taken the mark, so there's no real interference. Geelong had the possession of the football.
Lynch kicked one in the first quarter. The Cats need this to level the scores from 40 metres. Paul Lynch's kick, it's a beauty. Scores 11. 8-4, plays 7-10.
Very important kick too. Riccardi's now running back to the wing, looking for Matera, but good stuff by the young fella. It'd be very easy to miss a goal from there. But that'll give him a big lift too, and certainly give him a lift to his teammates.
It was a good kick, wasn't it, for a 19-year-old boy playing in about your third or fourth game?
Not easy from there.
No, and he did it with such aplomb. I'm sure Peter Matera would be saying, look, mate, I really didn't mean it. Anyway, the football goes on. Wilson caught, forced a hand pass. West, Pickering has had an influence. Mansfield, well done O'Reilly, into the path of Gary Hocking. Short kick, he spotted the player and he got it away beautifully for Bairstow. Now right close to half-time, we've still got a minute, just over a minute left. Bairstow will wrest back the lead for Geelong.
He's just having the better of Kemp too in this second part of the second quarter too, Robbo.
Yes, he's a little quiet there for a stage early. Oh, he's a good kick for goal. He's got his third. Geelong 58, lead the West Coast 52, right on half-time.
Yeah, good effort here with Geelong by Hocking particularly. They just knew what was going on around him. Just came back, Mansfield just got the ball clear, tap on by O'Reilly there. There's Hocking, just kept control of the footy, spotted Bairstow, good kick. I greatly admire this player, Mark Bairstow.
5 straight for the Cats in this quarter. The Eagles' kicking has been off target. Couch out of the centre. Sends Geelong down towards half forward. O'Reilly is there. With him is Jakovic. O'Reilly does well. Leaves it for Bairstow. Can they get another one before half time? Ablett down on all fours, but was flicked away from him. West stands his ground. Ball spills free to Harding. Off to Kemp. He steadies. Back to Harding. Now they've got the numbers as Heady steams away to Tony Evans. From the middle. Perhaps the Eagles can get one before half time. No, McGrath. Steady in defence. Slows it down. Goes to the outer side. Finds Tim Darcy. He needn't worry about kicking it. It's half time. Geelong lead. 9-4. 58 the West Coast. 17-52. 58 the West Coast. 17-52. Andrew Coates and Chris Mitchell getting play underway. leads the Cats by 6 points.
So the bounce in the centre to start play in the second half. Barnes forces it forward. Chance for Scott. Under pressure, Djakovic just gets his foot to the ball. McKenna prepared to see it over for a boundary throw-in.
Changed by Mick Malthouse at half-time. Mitchell White is off the ground and David Hines is on to centre-half forward.
Mark Bairstow in the foreground. O'Reilly doing the ruck work with Djakovic. And O'Reilly gets an effective tap out. Lynch may get goal number 3. Tried hard to squeeze it through. Just put off the kick there. I think it was Kemp at the finish. So behind on the scoreboard for Geelong. They kick 5 straight in the second quarter. Kick in has been marked by Kemp. Runs away. Little hand pass for Worsfold. Just inside the 50-metre area there for Geelong. Big punch by McGrath for the safety of the boundary line. Paul Couch appreciated the effectiveness there of McGrath's punch on, and a boundary throw-in will take place. Centre wing on the far side. Harding and Barnes. Barnes tries to get it towards Couch. Gathers and then kicks it forward. Scott. Well done. Marks in front of Evans.
Robert Scott, only his 5th kick. Centering to half forward and O'Reilly. He's taken 6 marks in towards Ablett territory. Punched over his head. At the back is Mansfield. Gets it to Hocking. A snap from Buddha. Goes across the face and one behind. His first score of the day, 9-6, plays 7-10. Overcast conditions here at Kardinia Park. No breeze, ideal for football. Guy McKenna just pops into the pocket, bringing it back into play and finds his vice-captain, Michael Brennan. Going nowhere rapidly, and it could prove very costly. Harding couldn't take it. Brownless with a left foot into Ablett. Costly mistake.
Yes, it's easy to criticise now, but if you're in defence like that, you should always clear the ball out long, get it away from the attacking area as quickly as possible, and otherwise you can get caught, and they've got caught badly here. Good kick from Brownless. Good centering kick, didn't have a ping like Hocking did.
This to make the margin 14 points and be the biggest lead just about we've seen in this game. Ablett does not miss those. He's kicked his second. 10-6, plays 7-10.
Yes, well, perhaps indirect justice there, or injustice, just what I like to call it, with Brennan and Ablett. Brennan, the player, kicking the ball, looking for Harding. And then it was Brennan's immediate marksman in Ablett who took that mark and converted from a very good kick from Brownless.
Ross, would you be concerned if you were Michael Malthouse about the effect that McIntosh has had on this game so far?
Yes, he's had very little effect at all. In fact,
would you switch him around, maybe throw him in the ruck?
Well, he's definitely an option they can use.
He's such a good player, isn't he? And his statistics, no kicks and 1 hand pass. Geelong get the ball out of the centre, and the kick forward coming from Bairstow it was. Mansfield in the pocket, beaten for it by Djakovic. Takes it over. No, it's still in. Geelong working very, very hard in that right forward pocket. The fans screaming for a free kick, not forthcoming. And umpire Chris Mitchell will bounce. It's only about 30 metres out from the Geelong goal. They've already kicked a goal plus 2 behinds in this third quarter. Big punch by Ablett to the front of the square. McIntosh eventually forces it through for a rush behind to the Cats. Some oohs and ahs there, because if that ball had have rebounded, there were 1 or 2 Geelong players in the square. Matera, McKenna, short kick. Comes off. Worsfold marks in the right back pocket. 10-7 plays 7-10. Short kick by Worsfold. Mark is taken by Pike.
Don Pike still in the back pocket. Well, they're persisting with a short chip. Evans can go over the top, and he does to McKenna. Now the Eagles are away. Up over centre wing. Heady, the meat in the sandwich, couldn't take the mark. And Muddy Waterman on the boundary line. Keeps it moving forward. It's down to their 50-metre line. Kemp has the run, but he can't keep it in play. Throw in front of the small scoreboard at Kardinia Park. The Eagles in attack, trailing by 15 points. Barnes leans over the top. Kemp, high kick. Now there's Lewis, there's Sumic. There's Hickmott. And he's lost it to Hines, who snaps at goal and pushes it across the face for one behind. David Hines, his first score, 7-11. Plays the Cats 10-7. Darcy had a good first half. Sumic kicked a couple, and kicked one in each quarter. What's he got? Where can he go? What's on offer? Towards Handley, who got a fist to it and bangs it down towards Gary Hocking in the middle. He's still going. Flicks it onto Couch. He gets back on the left foot. Doesn't worry about that. Fires a hand pass to Scott. This looks promising. Scott to pull forward. Goal! Grand passage of play.
Well, certainly that's the sort of kick out from full-back that you expect. Just go long, looking for your ruckman. Then Handley's tap-on was terrific. What they needed, got the ball moving forward, and then Scott, who's come back onto the ground for this second half, I should say, having spent some time on the bench in the second term. Just a beautiful kick, having received the ball from Couch. Terrific handball, found him on the move. Great finish.
A very, very good kick by Robert Scott to register Geelong's 11th goal. And Barnes high over the top, gets the tap out. Wilson's underneath Couch. Umpire gives Wilson the benefit of the doubt and will bounce just wide of the centre circle. Not happy Peter Wilson, believes he may have got a knee to the back of the head. Barnes and Harding. Barnes effective, Kemp on the end of it. High kick, Gary Hocking underneath, can't take the mark. Chance now for Pike. The hand pass goes behind West. He's able to tap it to his advantage, and eventually after the second gathers it and puts it on Brett Heady's chest. Heady centre wing, short kick, effective, mark taken by Waterman. Waterman just forward of the wing. Left foot kick just floats a little bit too much. Hickmott, hand pass, in there is Steele, hand pass wider, chance for Lynch now. Lynch's kick wide, giving O'Reilly a chance to run at it, which is a very good kick.
He's off.
Because it made it difficult for Djakovic. O'Reilly's kick, into the pocket. Back there is Mansfield and Worsfold, but by Ablett. Hard at the footy. Brownless, Ablett, oh, he's done it again! Oh, Gary Ablett. No space at all for that, was there?
Sensational.
3 goals.
Yes, the strength and the pace then having got up again. The kick from Waterman on the far wing was the poor one, looking for centre-half forward. A real float, and then Ablett's effort there, terrific. Got Worsfold out of the way, then backed up again. Worsfold valiantly tried to bring him down, but Ablett too much pace and strength.
Eagles are in trouble. 79 plays 53. Barnes is exciting out of the centre as he pumps to Couch. Where's Billette? Couldn't take the mark. Scott, the meat in the sandwich, he almost threw it out. Play's allowed to go on. Lynch is at the bottom of the pack.
Got a free kick.
Got a free kick for a tackle too high. Suddenly everything going the way of the Cats.
He's done some good things, Paul Lynch. Attacks the footy, reads the ball well. And that's where the tackle came high from Evans.
West Coast have added 1 behind this quarter. Geelong so far have added 3 goals, 3. This to make it 4 from 46 metres. Ablett. And over the line.
See a whisker in that, wasn't there?
A very small whisker. 12-8. Plays 7-11. No wonder they packed this ground to come and see him. Wilson at half back. What can the Eagles do to stop this run? Brennan to centre wing. And a good mark taken by Hines.
Hines looking to play on. Kicks it deep out towards half forward. Punched away by Hickmott. McGrath tackled by Heady. Ball free. Bounces over for a throw in. Geelong fans out there in the out are pretty happy with their defence. They've got to stand up. The forwards have done the job so far in this third quarter. Kick off the ground by Bairstow. He goes after it again. Gather. Hand pass further forward. Under pressure Evans. And the ball goes over for another boundary throw in. 12-8 to 7-11. Ablett 3 goals. Bairstow 3. Lynch 2. Brownless 2. For West Coast, Heady and Sumich have kicked 2 each. Ball rebounds for O'Reilly. His kick to full forward. Ablett. Here's another one. 4 goals to Gary Ablett. You can't even afford to let him get his hands on the football. 13-8 to 7-11. Sorry, Ross.
You're right, Bobo. There's Michael Brennan there just remonstrating the umpire, thinking he should have got a free kick here. The ball comes quickly out of the pack. Brennan looking for a kick. You didn't see that on screen, but he was supposedly mauled by Ablett, so he thought. Umpire didn't pay that, and a goal results.
What a quarter by the Cats. It could well be a match-winning quarter. Out of the centre. Kemp tries a little toe poke, but it's Bairstow. Picks it up wide out in front of Hocking. Chasing is Wilson. They'll both be beaten by the line.
Well, Sandy, they're kicking today much better. Last week in the second quarter against Geelong, they kicked 5 against Essendon, I should say. They kicked 5-11, which could well have cost them the game today. Far more accurate.
O'Reilly does the ruck work. Evans gets claim. So too does Pike. O'Reilly a good tackle.
I think that's an indication of how fierce Geelong are. You see Couch get rid of the player that tackled him then?
Their forwards also have worked very hard, Robbo, to keep the ball in the area too.
Right from the start, they've just been right on the boil.
Yes, it's been more than a week in preparation this game. Kemp under pressure on the full.
No,
was it touched?
Touched. Yeah, boundary umpire saying touch, Sandy.
Which keeps it still in the attacking zone for the Cats. 86 plays 53. Barnes goes for another roundhouse right. Riccardi tries a little further distance, but it's Pike who intercepts, goes back towards Hines, almost trapped it well on the half volley. The big man recovered beautifully. Showed great agility. Off to Evans. To half forward, they badly need a goal, the West Coast Eagles, and they've got a chance here because Kleppe has it 40 metres out, almost directly in front.
Well, to say they badly need a goal would be an understatement because Geelong have dominated the early part of this third quarter.
They have. 4 quick goals. Kleppe from 40. Well, it's a flat old looking kick. And that tells the story. 1-1 to Matt Kleppe. 7-12 plays 13-8.
Mick Malthouse in the coach's box. He's got some problems. A kick in by Darcy is very good, and it's been marked by Hickmott. It's as though he may be playing across the half-back line now. Hickmott. He's kicked towards the wing. Barnes jumping, leaping. Johnny Barnes. Oh, gee, he's grown in stature since his performances in the finals last year. He was dropped earlier in the season by the Cats. The kick by Couch, smothered off the boot. Scott. Ball held in, and the umpire will bounce.
I get the feeling you like Barnesy, Robbo.
My word, I think he's got lots and lots of natural ability. He's probably been beaten at those centre knockouts by Harding, but he's still fighting on. Couch a chance. Harding over the top. Opportunity for Pickering. Gets it wide for Bairstow. Dumped by Wilson. Bairstow not happy. Mark taken by Scott. Gary Hocking. Boys still having a dust up behind play. Wilson and Bairstow. But Mark Bairstow's got the score on the board. Scott short kick. Mark taken by Riccardi. And not a bad ploy there because Robert Scott probably would have struggled from that distance, whereas Riccardi may be a chance. Usually a very long kick. Oh. He's made it look a joke. There was never any question. He's pumped it through for his first goal, and Geelong get their 14-8 to 7-12.
Yes, and Geelong have turned the tables on the Eagles in this third quarter. It's usually this quarter where the Eagles, in their past performances against most teams, start to draw away a little, start to assert their authority, but Geelong have been much better in this quarter, and their efforts out of the middle and their steadiness in the back line's been very, very good.
Barnes up against Harding. Catch us if you can, say the Cats. On Barnes, he delights Romo with another mighty thump. Taken by Wilson, however. Across the ground he goes. Steele pushes it forward, and he's still going. They're showing great determination. Lynch is there, and he's playing with stitches in his head after a freak training accident during the week. But he's still going. Well played. To half forward. The Eagles have the numbers, but they haven't got the football at the moment. Now it's Matera, and they're away. Peter Matera, the booze as he was reported earlier in the day, finds Pike. Over the top, he wants David Hines. He runs into trouble, but he's got assistance. Free kick, however, has gone against Clappe. And everything going the way of the Cats at the moment. 5-4 to 2 behinds. So far in this quarter tells the story. Hickmott pumps it back to centre wing. Jakovic from behind. Couch over the line. Been a big quarter so far. Sofa Couch and his teammates.
They certainly look like men on a mission, the Cats.
And the reversal of form and the hit-outs earlier, it was favouring Harding. Now it's 11-3 in favour of Barnes.
Attempted tap out by Barnes. Evans off the ground, gathered by Kemp. Kemp short kick. Too wide out there for Waterman. Plays into the hands of the defenders. Going that wide. Maybe Kemp would have been better suited there to hook the ball back in towards centre half forward. Especially when there's no certainty of a possession. Wide out on the wing. Heady tackles Buse. Pickering gets it back. Steele. High kick. In towards the centre. Mark taken by Gary Hockey. Got fierceness written all over his face. Short kick, too short for Bairstow. He's in the action 1-on-3. Wilson, dispossessed. O'Reilly's kick has been marked by Evans. Evans will kick West Coast into attack. Ball rebounds for Steele. Kick very important, and it's good. Riccardi marks. Looking to give the hand pass away. He does. Buse running. Matera chasing. Buse kick, too short. Mark taken by Evans between the back pocket and left half-back flank. Handball away, Worsfold. At centre half-back, Johnny Worsfold in towards the centre. Mark taken by Groundless. Big hands, big grab, big man. Into full forward, lets himself down, kick short. McKenna marks.
Guy McKenna for Lewis. Matera will be his man. Riccardi over the line, and the Geelong fans loving this performance by Peter Riccardi today.
Waterman off, Mitchell White on for the Eagles.
On centre wing. Harding front spot, but Barnes again belts it, and Riccardi again beats Matera. Bairstow. Beautiful delivery for Mansfield. He can't keep it in play, however. And it's on the Cats' 50-metre line. Well, this was a critical game for Geelong, coming into it at 3-3. Desperate for a win. The way they're playing at the moment, they might just get it. Couch, but Wilson repels. Matera and Riccardi. Great mark by Matera. A little bit of theatre. Evans. He's forced to go very wide to Hines. Play on is the call. Hines has got to get round Hanley. He does. Chance for Clappe, still outside 50. Hickmott chasing, but he pulls it back in towards full forward. Sumic is there, clever hand pass. West, what can he do from 40 metres? Kicks it high around his body. Heady, Clappe, they're both there. Which way will it bounce? The way of Robert Scott. He bounces his way out of the fence. He's got Lynch on half-back. and the youngster takes the mark. Plays on quickly to Hickmont. Two of the exciting young players for the Cats. Towards Hocking. Oh, Dunbutter on the half volley. Couch runs into trouble. Ball spills free. Eventually Djakovic goes wide. In fact, he couldn't go any wider.
It's amazing if you're going to win a game, the things that come off for you, isn't it?
Oh, it always happens.
What about the two Eagles guys in the goal square?
Yes, that's right.
Into each other.
Yep.
It's just really
That's what happens.
It's an incredible thing, football. Boundary throw in, Harding and Barnes back over for another throw in. 14-8 to 7-12, and O'Reilly looks as though he may have a dislocated finger. Let's hope that's all it is. We'll have a look at O'Reilly go down and quite pick up what happened there. Kemp, hand pass, Evans over the top in near the centre. Wilson just feigns the hand pass and then kicks in towards half forward. No mark taken. Picked up by Hines. His high kick in towards full forward. Sumich gets rid of Darcy and will kick a goal which will be his third. Well, a lot of boos and jeers coming from the Geelong fans, but a goal is on the scoreboard for the West Coast. That's their 8th. They're 8-12, but they trail Geelong, who are 14-8.
He's not right, Sumich.
No, Sumich might have done a driver. Front right thigh muscle. It was good work though. Wilson coming through. I thought his left foot kick might not be good enough, but Hines got the fall of the ball, got it forward quickly, and Sumich good use of the body and finished off with what ended up being an easy goal.
Goal to Peter Sumich, but perhaps at a cost. He's looking very proppy down in the forward line. What happens in the middle? Couch takes it out of the centre for the Cats. Down towards half forward, down towards Ablett. He's only got to get a touch. He bends it back, but not quite enough.
See, that's an amazing kick to come out at the footy with such pace and then turn and be able to bend the ball back that far. It's a very difficult thing.
But we are talking about an amazing player.
And it is Sunday.
Correct. You're pumped, Robbo. Good to see. Good to see. McKenna persisting with the short passing out of defence. Evans. McIntosh has been rarely sighted. Two hand passes. Matera to centre wing. Past Hines. On to Heady. McGrath says, get out of my way, I'm coming through. Brownless to Handley. The big men trying to do it. But this time the Eagles have the numbers. They had the numbers, but it's been bottled up and they're going to lose it. To half forward. Worsfold. Still charging forward. Now leaves it for Pike. His kick goes over the centre, but Steele is there to tidy up for Geelong. The former Roo goes back to half forward. Worsfold got a little too far underneath it. He'll do the shepherding work. He takes out Brownless, and he does well to allow his teammates to get control of the football. Wilson goes to Evans. Tony Evans to Heady in the centre. Couldn't take the mark, but recovers nicely. Matera, look at him go! To full forward. Sumich caught behind. That leg is giving him dreadful problems, and one wonders whether he should still be out on the ground. The Cats clear to O'Reilly. He can't mark, and Hickmott sees it over the line.
There's a change we made. Waterman will come on. Sumich off.
And by gee, won't the Geelong fans let him know all about it, because early in the game he was prepared to have a bit of a go at the supporters down that far end of the ground, and now he's off the field. Bairstow ducks under. Riccardi kicks quickly in towards centre half forward. West Coast mark taken by Djakovic. Hand pass away for McKenna. Well, they've got to get a score out of this. They've got possession across half back, controlling the football. West has taken the mark on centre wing. Short kick. Hines should mark in front of Handley, and he does. He's got Kemp in support. Kicks into the path of that player. It bounces okay. He runs into an open goal and he pops it through for a goal. So Dean Kemp kicks his first goal. Very important one there for West Coast. They've made some inroads into that Geelong lead. They trail 9-12 to 14-9.
Yeah, and a couple of the unheralded players for the Eagles doing the job there. West, and then Hines, since coming on in this quarter to centre half forward, has done a pretty good job. He's at least given them a target. He's run around, and then Kemp, with his capacity to run as he does, did that very, very well.
Eagles are trying desperately to close the gap. They've got a quarter and a bit to do it, but it's Scott who may provide the quick answer. To full forward, he's off target, one behind. There's a lot of jostling and pulling going on down at full forward. We saw Sumic leave the ground. What's his problem, Don?
Sandy, he's pulled the right thigh. It's well, it doesn't look too good as far as the Eagles are concerned because he's had it iced, and the way he came off, I don't think he'll take any further part in this game.
Well, that is bad luck.
Perhaps the time to use an option like Ashley McIntosh, Robbo.
Yeah, he's been very quiet, hasn't he? Back in defence. See what he can do. Matera has it on centre wing anyway. They're not out of it, the Eagles. Don't worry about that. They get another one here. McIntosh is down there. Sogging off the ground by Waterman towards full forward, but Lux of Fortune goes with the Cats, and Buse takes it off to Riccardi. He's on centre wing. Peter Riccardi to Couch, a lovely delivery of the football. Couch off to the lumbering O'Reilly. O'Reilly wants Ablett. Hasn't got him. Brownless. Well, a lightning quick hand pass. He's still going, Billy. He's still going. And he was held. He'll get a free kick.
Come on, Sandy. That is so weak, that free kick.
Well, he's got it. I can't help that.
So weak.
Well, Jakovic is the player who's now picking up Brownless. White's gone to centre half back, and Ashley McIntosh is to full forward. Here's the free kick. Just a tug of the jumper.
Oh dear, what's he supposed to do? Leave the guy alone and let him clear the ball.
Well, he's directly in front, and I wouldn't be surprised he'll have a crack at this. He's got to kick it 60 metres.
I'll have 20 cents on him. I'll guarantee you one thing.
Yes, but you'd bet on 2 ants going up a wall.
He'll get the distance.
Let's see what he does. Oh, he won't get the distance. The full forward. O'Reilly. Tucked in the pocket. He's got to give a little ground to Lynch. Good looking kick by Lynch in towards full forward. And the mark almost taken by Pickering. He couldn't hold it long enough.
Yeah, Robert Scott lucky not to give away a free kick in the square there too, Sandy.
So who owes what?
I owe you 20 cents.
No, I think we're square because he didn't kick it.
McKenna goes long, looking out there for Jakovic. Pickering holds his ground. West comes away with the football. He's kicked to half forward, looking for Waterman, and Waterman does well on Steele. Kicking towards the centre. Pike is marked. They've got the odds in their favour here. Kick to full forward. McIntosh can't take the mark. Lewis shrugs the tackle. Short kick. Heady. Was that fortunate, Ross, or maybe he meant to do it?
No, he meant to do that.
Well, Heady has the mark. You were shouting or trying to indicate maybe that
Clappo was clear in the square, but Heady decided to go back and have a shot, Robbo.
And if he gets one here, this will make it very interesting come the last quarter.
I wouldn't say the Eagles are out of it. I think that the possessions are in their favour so far, so they're getting their share of the ball. Heady's shot for goal is a goal. 3 goals to Brett Heady. And his game hasn't been bad. 16 possessions with 3 goals. And the Eagles trail 10-12 to 14-11, a difference of 23 points.
Yes, there's no doubt you won't if you see that kick again by Heady. I mean, their persistence will remain there. And as you say, Robert, they're still getting their share of the football. It's not as if they're being beaten all over the ground. I mean, the stats are pretty even. So, no question, there's still a chance.
23 points the margin. Time ticking down in this third quarter. Barnes has done very well today. Matera has had a great duel with Riccardi. Barnes again. And Mitchell White steals it from O'Reilly. Goes quickly on to Kemp. He's on centre wing, Dean Kemp. A tentative bounce as Matera takes out Riccardi to give him a bit of room to move. Up towards half forward, Clappe takes the mark. McIntosh gives him the lead. Danger here for the Cats as McIntosh marks just 40 metres out with just over a minute remaining. A couple of quick goals and we've got a ball game.
Becomes a very important player, McIntosh, to fill the void left by Sumic. McIntosh, a very quiet game thus far, just the 1 mark.
This is his first kick.
That's right. Just the 3 handballs.
But it could well be a goal. Kick from 45 metres. Might have taken it across the front, or has he just snuck it home? Yes, he has. A vital goal for the West Coast Eagles. Ashley McIntosh gets his first with his first kick for the day.
Couldn't you tell that was a goal? There were no cheers from behind down there.
Kemp Kemp, the player, persisting. Clappe once more has probably been their best forward, along with Hetty when he's been up there. Just his mobility and preparedness to present himself all the time, and his work rate's been very good. And for his first kick in the game, a good one from McIntosh.
It's a badly needed goal for West Coast, close to half-time, just 38 seconds left. So pushed forward by Kemp. Harding out into the path of West. They may get another goal here. West kick, awkward for McIntosh. Gather is by Clappe, off to Pike, and Pike's shot for goal is okay. So with just seconds left, Don Pike kicks the Eagles' 12th goal, and they pulled it within 11 points when at one stage, just a few minutes ago, Geelong must have led by in excess of 30 points.
Yes, and a bit of deja vu here from Malcolm Blight. It was a 4 or 5 minute period of last week's game, the last quarter, where 4 goals were kicked very quickly that swung the game Essendon's way. Eagles have kicked these 4 or 5 now just to get themselves back into the game and make it a real contest.
11 points the margin. Harding and Barnes, won by the former. Pushed down towards half forward, but taken by Hanley. He has an area. On centre wing, Riccardi can't quite control it. It's siren time, 3/4 time. And a thriller. Geelong lead, 14-11. 95. West Coast 12-12. 84 on Mother's Day.
I hope you're right back next week because you're one of my favourite players.
Thanks, Don.
Good, Sandy.
Final quarter here at Kardinia Park. Anyone's game. The home side leading at the moment as Hockey tries to take it out of the middle. It's eventually with Pickering down towards half forward. First goal for either side is going to be vital. McKenna defends and he heads to the boundary line and safety. Just about a full house here at Kardinia Park. Wonderful atmosphere. Wonderful atmosphere if you're a Cat fan, but a few Eagles supporters, which is good to see.
I'm sure they're watching at home too, and they're very interested in the West Coast Eagles' performance this afternoon.
I bet they're watching at home. Couch down towards Brownless, and with him is one of the young stars of the game, Glenn Jakovich. And another throw. The Eagles have had the wood on the Cats in their past 10 meetings. Look at Ablett. Well, that's strange. He's missed. The Eagles have won 9 of their past 10 encounters against the Cats.
4-4 for Ablett.
Ross, in a tight finish, how important do you think it will be with the crowd influence?
Oh, I think that always helps, no question. But there's also some Eagles players who haven't had a lot of footy and have done much today, like a McIntosh, who could lift and make the difference as well. But certainly the crowd does have a big influence.
McKenna, not quite sure what to do with this kick in. Eventually goes in short. Matera's made good position at centre half back and takes the mark. And McKenna's run from the goal square to be right beside him in support. Matera's long kick goes wide out towards the wing. West Coast mark taken by Hines. And Hetty running up to the 50-metre line, but Hines is going to go long in the direction of McIntosh. Marking contest, punched away, rebounds for Lewis. Lewis's kick. Oh, poor kick. Barnes should have taken it. West on Pickering. Pickering's hand pass missed the target. Mansfield boundary throw in the right forward pocket for the West Coast.
Yes, and Chris Lewis just chastising himself. He realised his kick was poor not only in the direction, but it should have gone toward the goal square, not across ground as he did.
Maybe Geelong just a little fortunate there. Hines and Barnes. Ball comes to Steele. Kicks it back near the centre of the ground. Harding makes good. Awkward one for the big fellow. In towards full forward. Darcy and McIntosh. Kick is by Hines, is a goal. Well, forgive me for not getting excited there, but it was a good effort by David Hines to register West Coast's 13th goal, and it's just 6 points the difference.
Yes, and he's a very important player, David Hines, and he's a player who wants to play centre half forward and hold down that position. He's been used on the bench, but since coming on after half-time, he's been a good performer. 4 marks, 7 kicks, and now that goal. And Robbo, it was a very good goal, as you said.
Six points the difference here at Kardinia Park. Harding wins it. Hines again out of the centre. Kemp to half forward. Are the Eagles starting a roll? Buse to tidy up at the back. McGrath shepherding out Lewis. Hocking almost pulls in a one-hander. Been busy in the first half, but a little quieter in the third quarter. Mansfield spent time on the bench. Came into the side. Hocking. Riccardi. Hanley. Says get out of my way to Peter Matera. Gets his kick down towards Robert Scott. And Worsfold sees it over the line.
John Worsfold, a real old-fashioned defender. Just plays his man shoulder to shoulder, punches when necessary, attacks when necessary.
Barnes and Harding again. Don Pike. Pickering. Good mark.
A bit too much height for West.
Could have made a better effort at punching the ball
Fist.
away, though.
Yeah. Pickering. Only 3 kicks, but bear in mind he spent a lot of time on the bench. To half forward. Hickmott comes steaming out. Bairstow was there. Pike flicks it wide to his captain. Worsfold steadies the ship. Evans and Hocking. Going to be a free kick. Yes, it'll come back.
Gary
Matera
Hocking,
would have loved to have gone.
he really didn't have to do that because the ball was going over both
That's
of
right,
those
he was
players'
coming
heads.
back. That's right. He could have just sat and taken a mark almost.
Evans over centre wing. Mansfield marks for the Cats.
Quite a talented young player. Mansfield kicked 6 goals against Collingwood at Victoria Park. I think it may have been last year. There's a mark to Geelong also, taken by O'Reilly. So the big men having some influence. He's kicking towards full forward. Ablett just got rid of Brennan. Oh, he really is a terrific player to watch, Gary Ablett. And Michael Brennan, there wasn't much you could do about that.
No, so you almost let Brendan on the ball and just stopped and propped and just a bit of a nudge within the rules.
It's an important kick for Gary Ablett. He's kicked 4. Get the distance easily, but he's hooked the kick and it's through for a behind. 4-5 now to Ablett. I ran out of room last week, Sandy, when I put him down for 14-7. I do accentuate the marks in the columns, and it went right across his name and into the opposition column.
And you loved it.
25 kicks for a full forward.
Outstanding performance. Well, this is anyone's contest today. Kemp to Harding on the outer side. He's got Worsfold running, uses him. Almost down to centre wing. Riccardi stops him, but he gets rid of the football. Jakovic sockers off the ground down towards Muddy Waterman. Picks it up nicely. Keeps it in play to Lewis. His kick is smothered, however, over the line. Good work. Chris Lewis kicked a wonderful goal in the second quarter. Gary Hocking. Steve Hocking not playing. Still overcoming a nagging knee injury. Worsfold. Who's it meant for? Bang! Hocking and Evans go crunch. Pike. Good smother. Hocking off the ground. Just went a little too far. Went to Worsfold, who got it to Kemp. It's very tight now. Down to half forward. Waterman again. Goes quickly on with the job. McIntosh. Sumich leaving the ground in the third quarter. McIntosh had been quiet in defence. He's come down into the forward line. The telling effect in the late in the third quarter, because he booted 1 when the Eagles had a purple patch. Now he's got a chance to make the margin 1 point. Kicking from just inside 50. There goes the left footer. Flat looking kick away to the left. Well, there's only a kick in it. 97 plays 91.
Bit of an awkward kicking style, Ashley McIntosh, hasn't he?
It's the only thing against him, I feel, playing as a permanent full forward, Robbie. Just not quite as accurate.
McGrath's kick in, good for Barnes. Just had that half a metre in front of Harding, and he's got good hands. It's been a terrific battle between those 2 players. In the direction of O'Reilly, he couldn't control it, and it goes over for a boundary throw-in. 14-13 to 13-13. Just 1 goal the difference in the clash of the Titans here at Kardinia Park. Forced forward. Couch. Gary Hocking. Buddha they call out. Lynch. In towards half forward. Ablett, no. Chipping in is McKenna. And he marks in front of the youngster. Hickmott. Looking for someone in support. Ablett making sure it wasn't going to be Brennan. McKenna's kick. West, punched away by Pickering. Gathered by Wilson, gets precious meterage, about 15 or 20 of them, and a boundary throw-in will take place on centre wing down here in front of the commentary area. Young Colbert warming up on the interchange bench. He's been there since about quarter time, so he'll need some loosening up.
Barnes and Harding. Oh, the latter trying some clever stuff. It didn't quite work. Kemp, Lewis. Delight to watch when he's going. To half forward. Who's going to be the first to recover? Hines or McGrath? It'll be the latter. Mansfield does some nice shepherding. And he goes over the top to that player. Look out! Twisting, turning. He's got to go back to McGrath. They're not out of trouble yet. Henny gives chase. Buse steadies. Gets a kick to Barnes. Drops what he should have taken. Steele will lend him good support. Hocking wants it wide. Not that wide. It's over the line. Had Hocking there. Whether he didn't see him or not, I don't know, but he elected to take the kick. Still plenty of time. Just under 17 minutes remaining. Couch and Kemp go at it. They'll probably do exactly the same thing again as Harding and Barnes contest the throw-in.
Hasn't it been a great battle between those two ruckmen?
My word.
Not really tall guys for ruck positions, but they've had 29 hit-outs for Barnes and 23 hit-outs for Harding.
Paul Harding's want to get in that front position at all times. Just give him another free kick.
15th possession coming up for Harding. Barnes has only had 7. Harding's high kick up towards the 50-metre line. Hines couldn't take the mark. Pickering overruns it. West a little kick off the ground. And we'll have a throw in. 14-13 to 13-13 with just under 16 minutes left. So it's going to be close. Harding can't break clear. Little kick, heady. Evans, too fierce there for Kemp. Back for Pike. Pike's kick across his left shoulder. Centre half forward. Back goes Buse to help Steele out. Waterman tackle on Buse. Didn't have the football. Buse will take the free kick. Great little goer. Affectionately known as the Rat. His kick goes across the face of goal and the mark is taken by Darcy in the opposite back pocket.
He'll come to Riccardi. The left footer can go wide to Barnes. That's the player he was after. With him is Harding. Barnes tries a roundhouse right. Couch onto McGrath. Doesn't get a favourable bounce. Kemp does. Off to Pike. Unloads to half forward. Handley in the pack but couldn't take it. Clappe scoops out the back. Matera caught. Oh, and he's been pinked.
Yes, he just left the ball on the ground and tried to get the free kick. He was in control of the footy.
In fact, it's coming back because Matera was holding. So it's still a Geelong ball, but he just pulled it back. Now McGrath has marked across half back. There's a kick in it. Barnes and Pickering, well, they fought for it. Pickering gets caught. Harding gets clear. Well done by the big man. Paddles it forward, trying to accommodate Waterman. On to Kemp, now Lewis. Had it spent, and it opens the door for Steele, who kicks over the centre. O'Reilly. Great workman, O'Reilly.
9 marks.
Ablett. Hocking. Buddha at the back. 1 behind.
Interesting, Sandy, just a little bit of a fumble by Chris Lewis when the ball was coming to him from Kemp on half forward. The ball spins, then turns over, as we say now, ends up with Geelong and nearly a goal.
McKenna kicks in. Looking for Jakovic. It may go out. No, he passes it on. West. Awkward. Good pressure by Geelong. Pickering's kick. May bounce through for a goal. Oh, it goes at right angles. My golly. You would have backed that it was a 10s-on chance, and it went the opposite way through for a behind. Liam Pickering. Brennan. 14-15 to 13-13. Brennan's kick in, goes to the far side, looking for Wilson. Tap on. Kemp has read it beautifully. He can run the length of the ground. 3 bounces. If they don't attack him, he'll set it up into the centre. Gather by Waterman was very good. Trying to get some space. He's going for the long bomb. Oh. Look at this kick. Hit the post. Gee, that was a good kick. 2 behinds to Chris Waterman. And Eagles pull to within 7 points.
Paul Couch is looking very, very tired there. Kemp's working extremely hard and Couch just can't keep up.
He's had a very good day, Kemp. McGrath. Oh, he goes back again. Darcy, who enjoyed running off Subic earlier in the day. Pickering. Plays on to Mansfield. He's on centre wing. Up towards half forward. Abler. Got a touch, but that was all. Brennan flicks it away from him. Couch. Can he get clear? Oh, it's an extraordinary little kick. I don't know what he was trying to do.
He was just trying to tap it around the corner to Brownlow, Sandy.
It didn't work.
Tapped on the outside rather than the inside.
Miscue.
Played a few 7-irons like that.
Not wrong. Throw in. Worsfold. The skipper trying to fire up his side. Still anyone's match. Hines takes the mark off. He goes to Heady. Promising thrust by the Eagles. Heady's long kick. Can McIntosh take a mark? No, he can't. Clappe does the roving work. Waterman now. He may just about give this over the top to Heady. Brett Heady and Clappe will kick the goal. Matt Clappe has kicked 2. And would you believe there's a point the difference here at Kardinia Park.
Yes, and John Worsfold there taking the option on the half-back line to get the ball clear on his left boot. And Hines, again, the important player, coming up from centre half forward. Then Clappe, Waterman just getting around this, realising that Clappe had run free. Could have kicked it to him, but elected a handball. Clappe free as a bird, easy goal.
There's some of the Eagles fans here to watch their team play against Geelong, and they're pretty excited now because their team only trails by just 1 point. Matt Clappe has kicked 2 goals. So the centre break's all important in the last 11 and a half minutes. Barnes up high. Scott can't take it away. Harding gets it clear, but it's chopped off. Kick forward by Pickering. Out comes Ablett. At the back is Brennan. Very composed. He kicks it high to a vacant wing area. Evans is swooping on it. Bounces a bit awkward. Hines. Handball was good for Worsfold. And Johnny Worsfold will kick it long in towards centre half forward. Looking for a mark. McIntosh. Lewis swoops on it. Can't get the kick away. Here's a chance now for Waterman. Unselfishly, McIntosh. And McIntosh hits the post again. Well, not Ashley McIntosh again, but certainly the Eagles again. For about the 3rd or 4th time, it's been a poster.
So again, the attack coming from half-back, and Hines, the player across the half-forward line, once more the target. Lewis a bit stiff too, not to carry that ball through on the crumb.
Scores level.
I've had the feeling for the last 10 minutes that Geelong have been playing possession football instead of being intent on scoring. They've got to score to win the game.
And the Eagles have shown that they have the ability to grind out a game. O'Reilly.
10th mark, Sandy.
Been a good performance by him. Over the centre. Oh, Worsfold comes over the top of Bairstow and hammers it down towards West. And Waterman. The ladder takes it. Penetrating kick towards McIntosh. Clappe again. Left foot snap. 1 behind, but it doesn't matter because as far as the Eagles are concerned, they're in front. And who'd be a coach? Malcolm Blight and Michael Malthouse, the 2 men in charge of these respective sides.
At this stage, you just have to leave it with the players.
Yep.
And hope that their disciplines really come to the fore.
McGrath. Well, he does well. Fine player. Towards Barnes. He does well. West pull back on the mark. Brownless. He's been quiet, Billy. Into the pocket he goes. Difficult one for Ablett. And Brennan makes sure that he's over the line.
It's interesting, Sandy, with a player like Brownless with the ball in the position he was and the depth of kicking he gets, the Ablett leads short to the pocket rather than going wide to the middle of the ground where he's going to be one out and in a far better position.
Here's the throw in the Cats attacking zone. Pike at the back. Still plenty of time, but these players are tired. Hines can't control it, and McGrath makes sure that he doesn't go any further. Throw in on centre wing.
Tim McGrath, he's again been good with 18 possessions across that half-back line. Barnes doing the ruck work, comes down towards Kemp, tackled by Bairstow, ball forced over.
Yeah, McGrath's come back very well. He had his colours lowered by Heady earlier on in the first quarter and got shifted, but stood up very well in these last 2.5 quarters.
Harding trying to get the front posse. Kemp going nowhere. Gary Hocking on Evans. Ball smothered by Barnes. Kick by Harding. High. Mansfield at the back. That could have nearly been paid a mark to Hines. Hooks the kick to the front of the goals. Little push out at the back was by Waterman. Geelong in trouble. Buse goes back further. Chance for Pickering. Dumped as he kicked the football. Into the centre, Kemp and Scott. Evans, Harding, now Pike. Short kick, very good. Vision excellent. McIntosh is on the end of it.
That's the difference, Robert. When players are tired like this, your disposal's got to be as good as you possibly can. Don't just get rid of it haphazardly. Make it as easy as possible for your teammate, and a kick like that's just spot on.
Well, Darcy hasn't done all that bad back there at full back, but just enough space there for Ashley McIntosh. Chance for his second goal. Good kick. It's a goal. Well done. So McIntosh's second goal gives the Eagles a 7-point advantage. They trailed by 11 points at three-quarter time, and they've turned that around to a 7-point advantage at the moment.
Yes, and Don Pike so often has been such an important play for the Eagles over the last 18 months. And he's a player, not only does he have a good tagging job and does that job well, but then attacks with precision as he did on that occasion.
The question now is, can the Cats come back on Mother's Day 93? Barnes wins it out of the centre. Bairstow's still running, so too is Couch, but he's tired. He gets caught, the ball spills free. O'Reilly, still going O'Reilly. Now Scott. Well, he threaded it through, but it went straight to Evans, who pumps it high. Up towards centre wing. Heady, Mansfield, Riccardi. A cry of ball. Hines, close to the boundary line, gets around Riccardi. The Eagles look to be finishing the better. Towards Waterman. Good mark, Muddy. Gives it off. They are finishing the better. Heady to McIntosh. And he'll have a shot. 35 metres out, but on a fairly tight angle.
Waterman's been an important player in this last quarter.
He definitely has. And again, Hines on that outer wing, just the numbers, 3 against 2, and they get away with it. And McIntosh another shot at goal.
I suppose the more players that you mentioned that have been important, the better the team performance, isn't it?
That's right.
McIntosh looking for his third, and this to make it very tough for the Cats. But he's a left footer. Going from the left side. What's he done? Looks pretty good. Yes! That could be the seal-off for the Eagles. Ashley McIntosh kicks his third. And the Eagles lead 16-16 to 14-15.
Haven't they been important kicks too, Sandy? Only had 5 for the game and 4 goals too. All been shots at goal, having been kickless on Brownless. And he's really come through and shown his worth.
Kickless.
That's a very good one.
Brownless.
Kickless on Brownless. 16-16 to 14-15. 6 minutes left. So the Eagles with the distinct advantage in the closing stages. Gary Hocking takes the ball away. The Cats will not lie down. He's kicked towards full forward. Mark taken by McKenna. No messing around. Away for Jakovic. Jakovic. Long kick. No nonsense footy. 50 metres plus. Hines got it. Lost it. Nearly got it again. After it, Pickering. Hines goes back in after it again. but the umpire calls for a bounce. Hines, who started the game on the interchange bench, 9 kicks and 3 hand passes, as well as 1 goal. Barnes tries to tap it out. West gets a little kick to it. McGrath back. Scott in trouble. Oh. And fortunately for Geelong, the free kick, because the Eagles had 3.
Yes. Lewis pushed McGrath in the back, but he didn't have the footy to try and upset Scott.
McGrath now. Good kick towards the wing. O'Reilly. Worsfold it is, taking it over. And looking intently. Where's my man? Where's your man, he says. Barnes takes it out of the air, but he's thwarted. Evans, well done to Pike. They've got the answers. Pike's kick towards the full forward area. Too far for Buse. Darcy taps it to Buse' advantage. He runs away from Hines. He'll take a risk. McGrath's at centre half back. They must take a few more risks. Kick into the centre. Awkward for Pickering. Taken away by Evans. Caught with the football. Still there. Riccardi may run away with it. Forced to kick with the right foot. Up towards centre half forward. Could have nearly been a free kick for Brownless. Ball bashed clear. McKenna quick to recover. Can kick back into the centre half back area where Mitchell White marks and gets the hand pass away for Wilson.
Wilson has seen Brennan run off Ablett. He's almost down to centre wing. Eagles looking to maintain control. It's almost down to their half-forward line, Heady and Hines. The latter a little left foot chip in towards Waterman, who's been busy this quarter. Back to Pike. Losing a little ground to try and set up something. Pike this time puts them inside 50, but he pulls it hard to the right. And we'll see a throw in. Won't worry the Eagles, but time is now against Geelong.
The last 2 thrusts forward by Geelong have been held up by McKenna, such an important player.
From the throw in, they'll have to do the same thing again as West sees it over the line. Well, the Cats came into this game at 3-3. The Eagles 4-1. So it was vital for the Cats. Steele takes the hand pass, pumps it high up towards O'Reilly, forward of centre wing. Mitchell White did well, so too Jakovic, but straight to Pickering. Hurried left foot kick under pressure, will again go over the line, this time in the Cats half forward zone. A couple of quick goals, very smartly.
They now outnumber Geelong in every area of the statistics.
Brownless with the left hand. West could have been held. He was, said the umpire. And he will take it at half back, Robbie West. To Evans on centre wing.
He's been a very good player since he's come on too, Tony Evans.
Evans kicked to half forward line, and so too is this man.
It's been the linchpin of the forward line.
David Hines, 6 marks, 11 kicks. Mansfield holds it up. Barnes tries to flick it over for the back to Scott, who's gone out of the game. Scott gets caught and ridden into the ground, but too high, said the umpire.
Lucky Robert Scott.
Away he goes. The Cats needing something special. McKenna defends. Hocking keeps working. He gets caught. Gives away the football to Riccardi, who's got to somehow get round on that left foot, but he can't do so. He'll get a chance now. He's got a free kick. Was held. But is there time? Riccardi, knowing it's against him, goes long. Ablett used the body. Tried to get boot to ball. Lynch, yes! They can still do it. Paul Lynch gets his 3rd. And there's just 7 points in it.
Yes, the persistence just pays off there. Ablett looking for a mark here, but Brennan got first touch. Just a flick there. Nearly got the ball on the boot too quickly there, but still pushed it forward sufficient enough for Lynch to finish off. Good running by the young fella.
What is a kick below the knee, is it? Just got to it, didn't he?
Just got to it.
16-16 to 15-15. Barnes tries to get it down. Evans dispossessed by Pickering. Off the ground by Kemp. Heady overruns it. Riccardi and Matera, they've had a great battle. Matera good, but he's just held onto the jumper of Riccardi. And with under a minute left, Riccardi gets the football at halfback. Hocking takes a risk. Away to Couch. Couch's kick across the ground. Away goes the lumbering Handley. Waterman, good gather. Hand pass, not bad. Clappe away for Hines. And West Coast will coast to a victory because Worsfold has the football on centre wing and he doesn't mind wasting precious seconds. It's down to 25 seconds left. Johnny Worsfold. Long kick. Inside 50 metres. McIntosh gets back. Ball gathered by Mansfield. Kick too short. Chance now for Clappe. Clappe shot for goal.
Oh, kick.
Just drifts away to the right-hand side. And it's through for a behind. He's kicked 2 goals, 3. And there is the siren. West Coast win a really great battle here at Kardinia Park. Peter Matera, there's really no necessity for that rubbish. You've won the game, the score is on the board. West Coast have won the game 16-17 to 15-15. And that man, Peter Matera, Ross, will have to face the tribunal.
Yes, well, top marks to Riccardi. He did very well, I thought, but the Eagles just showing their strength overall and their better running ability, really, Robert. Their numbers on the footy in the end, and then their better quality possessions when they got the ball made all the difference.
So the final margin here at Kardinia Park, 8 points, with the scoreline showing the Eagles 16-17, 113, Geelong 15-15, 105.